Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all having a great day and that you're all doing well. This is a topic in a video that I thought I wouldn't have to make because I thought things would be slightly different by now, but without further ado, Bitcoin has dropped below $5,000 for the first time in over 13 months. This happened just yesterday. CoinDesk price data reveals the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap fell below $4,900 on Monday. Even this article is already a bit more outdated simply because Bitcoin is floating around $4,500 right now. Most cryptocurrencies are faring worse than Bitcoin, including the likes of Ethereum, Litecoin, and EOS, all of which are posting losses of over 10% over the past 24 hours. So we have a situation right now where I know this is my normal daily news thing, and I know it seems a bit different, but this is because the market is reacting to a couple of things that people didn't think were going to actually happen anytime soon. So we have a situation right now where, because the market is going down, a number of analysts and a number of not even like price predictors, but people who are just in the market and they analyze the market like this is their job on a daily basis, they have become incredibly bearish just on the recent events of a day and a half ago, day or two, 3, 4 days ago, when the entire split ended up happening. And it's, I'm pretty sure you'll get it as I'm going through the video. The depths of this year's cryptocurrency bear market evidently show significant signs of further trouble. According to a notable crypto figure and Morgan Creek Digital founder, his name is Anthony Pompliano, significant price downwards this year could lead to crypto hedge funds closing up shop very soon. CCN reported today on Bitcoin dropping below 5,000, the lowest price this year. Altcoins have also suffered significantly this year, seeing huge percentage losses. Pompliano, or some call him Pomp for short, I've never called him that, explained in his blog post today how these dramatic price drops cumulatively affect cryptocurrency businesses. Pomp specifically mentions crypto hedge funds and high watermark issues. Put simply, fund managers receive a commission based on their performance in relation to the association crypto asset prices for each investment period. Last investment period ended in December 2017, concluding a very lucrative year for crypto assets as a whole. Without reading too much further, the fact that the prices have been dropping so much have led a number of people to think or believe that the bear market that we have right now might be more severe. And it's really sad because there's no reason for us to even actually be here. A lot of people were calling a bottom to Bitcoin's price months and months and months and months and months ago. And what we ended up experiencing because of Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash SV has created a huge dark hole in the center of the crypto space. And now every coin is suffering because of two people. Not thousands, not hundreds of thousands of people. The market at large of, millions of people around the world didn't decide to sell. It's this negative black hole that two people created, and this is what's actually ended up happening. So analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence predict that Bitcoin has further to fall. Bloomberg reported on the 16th of November. Think about that, was a couple days ago. They said Bitcoin's no longer boring, declares Bloomberg, before stating that analysts predict the price could fall as low as $1,500. A further 70% drop in the coin's price. Bloomberg cites hedge fund founder Travis Kling saying that he didn't sleep well because of the potential turmoil in wider crypto markets due to the recent Bitcoin Cash hard fork. He said there's a small chance that it's difficult to estimate that something really bad could happen related to Bitcoin Cash that could then impact the entire crypto market, end quote. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Mike McGlone continued the argument, saying the recent market crash was sparked by the pump of the Bitcoin Cash hard fork. As Bitcoin reported, he explains that the pump that began a few weeks ago got the market a bit too offsides, with speculatives long playing for the good old days. But this is an enduring bear market, end quote. So for those who may have missed not even a couple of days, maybe just weren't here for the entirety of what was happening during this entire situation, the simplest way, I was going to go on a rant. The simplest way is that Bitcoin is no longer, and whatever, depending on how you feel, Bitcoin is no longer for the little guy. Bitcoin is an asset that now Bloomberg talks about, that Fidelity talks about, that people on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ and other incredibly rich places around the world are now talking about. They more or less control the entire market. And what they have invested into, more or less to simplify it, the easiest way is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is supposed to only have 21 million units. And every single time that a fork happens, there are then more Bitcoin created. And when you have Bitcoin's fork having a fork and therefore creating more coins, and you have a huge amount of negativity in this space, because a lot of people, and I said this in the last video, so sorry for the repetition, but it comes down to the people who don't really know exactly what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. Like a lot of people who are relatively new to crypto, maybe have been in it for maybe a year and a half, maybe a lot less. Let's say like 6, 7, 8 months. Like major financial people who are just opening up their eyes to cryptocurrencies. They don't understand, not the insignificance of Roger Ver and Craig Wright, but all they hear is that their asset has been cloned and that there's internal fighting because what they may own may not be the real Bitcoin. To me and you, we understand, at least from a technological standpoint and a logical standpoint, which one is the real Bitcoin. But this causes a huge amount of confusion. And like I said, crypto is no longer about, Bitcoin is no longer about the little people. It's very rich people who have this asset, and they have the power to dump at will something that they think could potentially fall even further in price. And this is a problem for everybody because they now control the markets. The bear market in the cryptocurrency industry has evidently affected more than just prices. Major US-based GPU manufacturer NVIDIA recently reported a notable decrease in sales in the current quarter, citing fewer GPU sales specifically used for cryptocurrency mining. In a recent note to clients, Fundstrat Global Advisor analyst Rob Sluymer predicted that it will take weeks, if not months, for Bitcoin to rebound from the technical damage caused by the recent price collapse. There were other articles, and I don't think I have them in there. No, I don't have them in here, where there were a lot of analysts who were talking about November historically is the month where cryptocurrency prices continue to, lose their mind. Even if in other bear markets that we've had before, November has always been the time. And no one, I guess specifically because crypto isn't that old yet, no one is able to say exactly why November is the time. It could be because we're entering the holiday season. It could be because everyone's trying to wrap up the market before we end up hitting those end of the year goals for prices. A lot of those things have completely evaporated, and people no longer think that, sorry to break it to you, this is why I said this, it's a normal daily video, but it's going to be a bit different. A lot of people think that we are no longer going to have any bull market anytime soon, once again, just because of two people. On top of this as well, we have analysts now talking about that they are incredibly bearish on Bitcoin, that Bitcoin could hit $1,000 from where it is right now, after a multi-day bout of non-action, which followed Bitcoin's unexpected foray under 5,800 to establish a new year date to low. New year to date low. Yeah, okay, I said it right. Bitcoin and its altcoins brethren continued to sell off on Monday. In a matter of hours, trading volume ramped up yet again, with investors rushing en masse to liquidate their holdings. Bitcoin fell below 5,000. I remember it was sometime last night. My friend messaged me when it hit under 4,900, and people are panicking right now because the idea was that Bitcoin had a certain support level, and it's kind of around this area. You can see like where this line doesn't really, like, it dips slightly for a bit and then it kind of holds this entire level. People thought that Bitcoin would hold strong, or that the whatever's happening in the crypto, it's not even the crypto community, it's just between two people. I could see how this could be a reason for people just to push down the prices, and I'll say this part again because I think people don't really get it. It's like, I'm into crypto for the long run, so I understand that the market has to go through these kind of cycles and stuff like that. And on the other hand, I know a lot of people are very, very upset. I see people in the comment section. I'm really sorry that I can't drag the prices up for you. What we have is a situation now where we have analysts like really, and I mean like honestly talking about it, where they think that eventually Bitcoin is going to hit anywhere from 100,000 to 150,000 to maybe $250,000. Like, these are real prices that are being quoted like multiple times. Like, when you hear them once or twice, it's kind of a farce. But when you hear about 16 to 20 different analysts talking about this on TV through multiple platforms, like not even the same person, we have a situation where rich people who are already rich, this is what a lot of people don't get. I've seen people talking about it in the comment section. Someone mentioned, I can't remember your name for the life of me. He was saying he was very upset that rich people were able to control the market. To be in the mind of someone who's been around a lot of rich people and investors, rich people don't care about us. I don't know how to sugarcoat that anymore. They are already rich. Like, they already have millions, if not tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Their main goal is that they could potentially push the price of something down to $1,000 that could eventually then become $100,000. If you have enough money to be able to throw in, let's say Bitcoin drops to 1,000, and you can easily just throw in $100,000 into it to get 1,000 of them, 100 of them. Yeah, there we go. 100 of them. And the price ends up going to 100,000 or maybe even $250,000. You have made yourself even richer without even being scathed in any way. Like, this isn't, Bitcoin to a lot of rich people is an experiment. And this is why I said many times before, I think it's a bit sad that the people who are into crypto, who aren't into crypto, and it probably comes down to our family members and our friends, if they were into the cryptocurrency space, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies would be a lot stronger. And I don't even mean them buying an entire Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin. I mean even just owning like 0.01 of it. Like, the stability that we would have from the people actually owning these assets, owning 100 XRP, owning like very small fractions of it. Like, if this happened across like millions of people around the world, we'd have a stronger market. But the people who have the most to gain from cryptocurrencies aren't going to touch it anytime soon. And the people who are in control of it, the people who are, like, you have to understand that the people who are doing the entire New York Stock Exchange / ICE, the CBOE, like all these people, they've accumulated huge amounts of cryptocurrency. These people are already wealthy, not even rich. They have wealth, and low Bitcoin prices in the overall picture really mean nothing to them. So I get your frustration. Believe me, I'm completely there. Like, I totally understand exactly where you're coming from. But this is why we're getting numbers like this. It's because of the negative sentiment that we have floating around the cryptocurrency space right now. If Bitcoin falls below, like, Bitcoin is at 4,500 or something right now. If Bitcoin falls below like 4,200, Bitcoin's going to hit 3,500. These are just the numbers that I've seen thrown around multiple times. Everyone has somewhere around the same round figure. And if we hit 3,500 and Bitcoin slips below that, like, heaven forbid, should we actually have some type of negative news, the price is going to go down a lot further. On top of this as well, in July, as reported by Ethereum World News, somebody by the name of Arthur Hayes, the famed chief executive at Hong Kong-based BitMEX, unexpectedly predicted that Bitcoin didn't bottom at $5,800, even while the crypto market's leading analysts begged to differ. At the time, Hayes, a former Citibank and Deutsche Bank trader / analyst, claimed that, "I think we haven't seen the worst yet," before adding that Bitcoin was likely to test $5,000 before truly bottoming. Now, after nearly a week of tumultuous price action, which began on Wednesday morning, Bitcoin has fallen under 5,000 for the first time in 2018. Here's a little graph. This move under 5,000, which was catalyzed by an influx of selling pressure, took many traders aback, as many expected for Bitcoin to hold and find a home at 5,600 after Wednesday's initial sell-off. The sell-off, as you are likely aware of, decimated over $20 billion worth of value in the cryptocurrency market at large. There's a chart again. So, interestingly, with this continued downtrend and growing levels of bearish sentiment, Hayes' bearish prediction has unfortunately been fulfilled. However, in a recent installment of BitMEX's Crypto Trader Digest, a newsletter focused on crypto market happenings, Hayes, along with BitMEX's in-house analyst team, called for Bitcoin to capitulate lower due to a number of historical trends. This call, interestingly, is a far cry from Hayes' original $50,000 Bitcoin call for the end of the year. As reported by Ethereum World News previously, Hayes first told Yahoo Finance that Bitcoin's bear market could continue well into 2019, and I'll touch on that and this in half a second, citing his 5-year experience trading Bitcoin and altcoins in the nascent market. Following up on his claim just days later, the BitMEX executive doubled down on his opinion that crypto's next bull run is months, if not years away. Oh boy. The analysts who are now talking right now, and you have to understand that the analysts that we have right now aren't the same analysts from the cryptocurrency space, like historically from the cryptocurrency space, in that these people have been into crypto for a couple of years. They've been trading the market, but they're going on their figures based on what the traditional stock market has done. And the idea is that the cryptocurrency market has been or is potentially stronger than the stock market that we have right now, but we now know that these claims are completely false. There's not a point in history where you would get negative news about Nike or Reebok shoes completely, turning into dust as someone's walking down the street, and then the Louis Vuitton stock would go down. There's not there would be no time when the Tesla stock would go down simply because the people who make orange juice is not boding well. So this is kind of, our market is very fragile, and we need more people in the market who are just buying up fractions of coins. That's kind of the easiest way to say it. Like, so many people are afraid of crypto, and these prices really aren't helping. And all the analysts who are talking about where prices are and where prices are going to go, a lot of them were very, very bullish by the end of the year for cryptocurrencies if Bitcoin held above that $5,600-$5,800 mark, in that they believe that because over the course of a 33-day period in 2017, we had an enormous spike up. I think Bitcoin was around $6,000 or something like that, and ended the year at around 20,000. People were saying that because we hit 20,000 last year, the idea was that people who are pushing up the prices would then want to make higher gains and show that Bitcoin was capable of hitting these higher numbers. But as Bitcoin continues to fall through these support levels, the people who were calling or were stating that Bitcoin was going to hit 50,000 by this year's end, or even 25,000, are now stating that the possibility of it hitting that number is possibly going to see us, maybe, if we have some type of wonderfully fantastic good news, Bitcoin hitting maybe 15,000, which is still great because we have to get over the $10,000 point. This is a huge number in people's heads. And for those who were here for last year for the my videos that I was making, first of all, I'm actually waving to all of you, saying hello, for thanking you for being here for that long. I know I can be a bit much sometimes. But you remember when I was saying, I said I had a really strong feeling that $10,000 was going to be the number. For some reason, no one was entering the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin went from 1,000 to 6,000. No one touched it. No one cared. The moment we hit 9,999, not one news article. The moment we passed 10,000, the market completely lost its mind because Bitcoin was suddenly this 5-figure fabulous thing that everyone needed to have. And we kind of have the same situation right now. We need to hit that 10,000 mark again. This will cause, for lack of a better statement, the FOMO to kind of set in. But this FOMO is going to be very different. The FOMO that we had last year was everyday retail investors. That is, normal people floating around. They FOMO'd into the market. We got Bitcoin up to 20,000. If we pass that $10,000 mark and the stars align perfectly, i.e., Backed launches, Fidelity launches their thing, all the major institutions who are, I don't think people get the amount of titans who are waiting on the wings right now. They have an enormous amount of money. Like, take 20 seconds and think of all the news that we've heard this year alone, all the people who are getting into cryptocurrencies who are waiting on the edge to get into it. It's no longer going to be normal people throwing their money at their screen and Bitcoin's price hits 20,000. It's going to be something astronomical. This is what all the analysts are calling for. But because of the woes of the market that we have right now, people are saying maybe 15,000, maybe at the end of this year. And we also have stuff where people are talking about that they thought that the market had bottomed to a certain point where it would be around here, and we were getting ready to have this spike upward. And this is where, the idea of a bull run being months away was talking about the beginning of 2019, maybe February. And now we're getting people talking about that they think that the market could remain this way for another year and a half. People were quoting, I saw one that kind of weirded me out, and they said that they think that this could continue until around like April 2020. Like I said, this has to be spoken about simply because this is the market that we're in. I told you all before. I can't give you good news every single day. The market isn't good news as much as I want to. I just simply cannot. Let's move on from this. Another topic of discussion that is happening right now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have noticed, especially people who are into XRP, it's that despite everything happening and the price of Bitcoin and the other coins at large completely tumbling, XRP at the moment is almost unfazed. It makes sense if you are into XRP. It probably grinds your gears if you are not an XRP fan. The stage has been set for quite some time for something like this to happen, and historically in the books, this is going to go down as a moment where XRP has completely shrugged off the falling of the market. And any other situation where Bitcoin had fallen, first of all, Bitcoin fell harshly here, treaded sideways for a couple days, and then slammed back down over the night. Like this, I think yesterday, it's like for the 24-hour period, I'm pretty sure it said like, I think 6 or 7% by the time I was going to bed. So this has even fallen even further. All the other coins are also not doing well. Ethereum's at 139. People are trying to, so when I read around in articles and stuff like that, a lot of people are comparing XRP and Lumens, and I don't know where they're getting this comparison from. I don't know if this because they think that Lumens has something to do with XRP, or that Lumens is far superior than XRP. Lumens is crashing as well. People were saying that they thought that the idea that Coinbase could potentially add it would boost up the price, but that would only be a short-term boost. Sorry if you hear that motorcycle revving by outside. Bitcoin Cash has fallen by... my goodness, sorry about that. I think it's gone. Bitcoin Cash has fallen by 42%. That in itself shows exactly what's happening. I don't care about Bitcoin Cash, and I'll pretty much say it that way. I think making Bitcoin Cash was a complete mistake. It's Bitcoin Cash and in another certain way, Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi Vision, that are causing this entire thing to happen to the market. I think greed has gotten the best of a lot of people who are in the cryptocurrency space, who say that they want the best for the cryptocurrency space. I think they have no intention of making crypto any better. I think they're in it simply for the money, and I don't even mean that in a joking way. I mean like they will do whatever they need to do to show that they are superior in some way in order to whatever they need for them to be able to sleep at night, and they're causing the entire market at large to completely crash. There was what other news was there about some other coin? I can't remember every coin is more or less posting double-digit losses. The news that is kind of circulating around right now, and I mean, it's that XRP isn't buckling under the weight, and it constantly. What I've noticed as well. I've been looking at some of the charts, and I think it's very interesting. And I've noticed this before as well, and I mentioned it in other videos. And I think people thought I must have been insane, or I was an XRP shill, or I was doing so and so and so. Whenever XRP is in the mode for recovery or is about to spike back up, Bitcoin pushes further down. I don't know if what the blah 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 is. I'm not whatever. Well, I've always thought this for quite some time, that whenever XRP, first of all, is the only coin not in red, at least at the time of me making this video. Whenever XRP is in the moment that it's about to start recovering and shoot back up, Bitcoin has some type of a small drop, and then everything ends up falling back down along with it. No one knows exactly how this is going to unfold. I think if at this point, the way that the market is looking, if we had a significant amount of good XRP news, or like someone mentioned that XRP is going to be used by a major so-and-so, or I'm not holding my breath at all for Coinbase. But even if we got news from the head of Binance that XRP was going to be a base pair, I think the sky would be the absolute limit. We've already seen a lot of selling pressure from other altcoins, and a lot of people. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely insane. Like, there are actual complete drops down. Obviously, on this topic, I am a bit drained. So should anything specifically happen with this, if we get like another 30-40% drop, I will cover it. But at the moment, it's just a bit too much, simply because we shouldn't be here at all. This shouldn't be a video. This shouldn't be a discussion. This shouldn't be a topic. We had so many analysts who were talking. Remember a couple days ago where, oh gosh, what was it? Where there were at least 3 articles that were floating around, and I may have touched on them for like half a second, where people were talking about that we were getting to the end of the like the tight range and stuff like that for cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin. Let's focus on Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin fell by like 3 or 4%, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, how horrible this is. The analysts were talking about that we needed to fall that 3 to 4% in order for the market to test those lower levels once again. Because if that level held, Bitcoin was at the moment going to completely shoot up. And yeah, then the fork happened. I still believe that within a couple, I want to say 7 days, the market should be looking a bit better. If the Bitcoin Cash thing continues to unravel and these men lose their minds on Twitter and other places, the prices will continue to fall. And if the prices continue to fall, then we're going to have a very wide issue with a number of other cryptocurrencies inside the market. But I guess on that note, let us try to at least move on. So I made sure to at least add some good news in here just to kind of prop up all your faces. BitIT, I'm not going to pronounce it the other way I've heard it pronounced. The Paris-based company, which offers easy purchase and exchange of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, has announced 11 new tokens, which are now supported on the platform. The new additions to their platform will be Lumens, Cardano, Tron, Binance Coin, Neo, VeChain, Ontology, Basic Attention Token or BAT, Zilliqa, TrueUSD, and Paxos. The new assets are now available alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic Dash, Civic, EOS Omizigo, 0x, Bancor, Qtum, Bitcoin Gold, and Sia Coin. The BitIT cryptocurrency portfolio now has 25 cryptos in total. On BitIT, users can buy coins by credit card using more than 15 fiat currencies. That's incredible. And cash with NeoSurf and Cashlib. So this is good news if you are not only in France, but if you are potentially in Europe. I assume if you can buy with credit card or maybe any other card, especially against these currencies, I'm pretty sure that you should then be able to buy it as well. I don't see a reason. I don't know the logistics of this, but why you would be able, or why you would be restricted from being able to buy cross borders, simply especially because it's cryptocurrencies. I have never used this platform myself, but as always, if you have used BitIT and you found it to be good and cool, and you were able to actually withdraw your cryptocurrencies in a timely manner, it didn't take 8 to 9 hours, and you were able to put your money into it, essentially digitally swipe your card and get the cryptocurrencies that you wanted, especially if you have been looking to buy Stellar, Cardano, Tron, Binance Coin, Neo, VeChain, Ontology, BAT, and I guess the other coins that they have as well at a very quick speed. Then this could be the platform for you. This is not paid advertisement, obviously. I'm just trying to, this is good news, and I wanted to make sure that I added some type of good news, because the beginning of the video, man, it was just a lot. But yeah, on top of this as well, there's also some good Cardano news for the people out there. Cardano's Charles Hoskinson, the CEO of Input Output Hong Kong, did an AMA, or an Ask Me Anything, on YouTube on the 17th of November. He spoke about the upcoming 1.4 and Shelley update for Cardano 1.4. Hoskinson said, and I quote, "The update 1.4 for Cardano is coming along well, and we're in regression testing right now. We've had a few regressions, but nothing significant is found yet. And it's a lot of new code. There has been a huge amount of fractioning on the core, and we found new database solutions. We've gone from lots of storage to little storage and become much more efficient," end quote. He continues saying that the biggest development that has happened is in the wallet backend. Moreover, Hoskinson confirmed that it was the first piece of formally verified code that they've had. Hoskinson further confirmed that the development cutoff was a few weeks ago, and that they were working their way through the QA, which is being led by Alan McNicholas, the head of the QA department in Input Output HK. And his team, Hoskinson, stated the update won't be taking much longer. I'd say a few more weeks, and hopefully we should have the update 1.4 released by the end of November or early December. And it's the most significant update we've ever made to the Cardano ecosystem. Hopefully this has a good effect on the price. Hopefully Cardano will be able to actually break away from the price of Bitcoin. This is very important. This won't officially happen, and I mean as far as like the price breakaways and the decoupling that like the only coin is doing right now is XRP. We need this for other altcoins. And I don't know the exact specifics of what we need for them to be able to do that. But in a perfect world, at least in my opinion, Bitcoin can crash by 38% all that it wants, and other coins will still go up based on the merits of their coin, the usage of their coin, and also on the updates. But I think we need to hit a much higher user base. Just a little side note. The holiday seasons, they are rolling around very soon. Take the time if you can. I think Thursday is Thanksgiving in the States. Take the time, 5-10 minutes of your day while you're eating with your family, to talk about cryptocurrencies. Let them know that they exist. Let them know about the market. Just to be 1000% realistic about it, we need people in the market. And I don't mean people FOMOing into it. I mean, we need actual holders of the cryptocurrency who are into it, who understand it, because the well might be running dry for a couple of months, and that's not something that any of us really wants to see. There was something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Don't remember. I mean, on a realistic note, I probably said this yesterday as well. A lot of the coins, they are the prices I never thought I'd see them at least again. I don't want to use the word salivating. I'm waiting for the coins to kind of drop a bit lower, because I have a strong feeling that something big won't be able to prop up the market that much anymore. A lot of these coins, if Cardano hits a cent, if Litecoin goes into the 20s, if EOS goes below $3, if Stellar goes below, let's say like 15 cents, XRP is a good buy all the time. Like anything lower than the all-time high of XRP is actually a good buy. Tron is very close to going below 1 cent. I may not care for Tron as a project or a cryptocurrency, but if it goes below 1 cent, I'm probably going to start buying a lot, simply because the all-time high for Tron that we had last time was, I think, 25 cents. I'm pretty sure Tron can hit that again, and that would be, if it goes below 1 cent, that would be at least a 26x on your money. Like there are a lot of coins right now that are like, I'm holding my breath, because I am completely torn straight down the middle, maybe like 51%. 51 of me wants the market to completely skyrocket, and I want to have all-time highs. The other 49% is like a greedy little goblin sitting in the back, and I want the prices to fall further, because I know they're going to go back up. But they're like, Omise go at 199. These are the prices to get in at. I hope you all, I want to say I hope you all enjoyed. Quick shout out to all the people in the comment section who were writing yesterday. They were like, I want you to stop saying I hope you're all having a great day, because we're not. I'm sorry for laughing. It's just that I love people in the cryptocurrency space. Like it's never a dull day. You have like the prices may slam down. We may have completely red days, but you have to agree. You've never had a dull day in cryptocurrencies. It's just always something brand new. It's like a complete roller coaster. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope that despite everything that's been happening, that you still have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it becomes the greatest day of your entire life. Thank you once again for all watching and or listening. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.